For the fourth consecutive year, Uttar Pradesh with 71% has achieved the highest conviction rate in cases of violence against women, according to the latest NCRB data for 2022 released recently. Now, the state also has the highest number of speedy trials in POCSO cases that pertain to sexual offences against children. Mizoram, Bihar, Chhattisgarh and Manipur are the states that rank after UP, but if you talk about comparable states, they seem far behind. For instance, according to the latest data, Rajasthan is at 37.2% conviction rate, Maharashtra is at 11.2% and West Bengal is at 8.9%. Now, police officers in UP give credit to the government's Mission Shakti program that emphasizes the need of having monitoring cells in every district that can oversee the progress of cases and trials, making it easy and making it clear that the role of police does not stop with investigations and filing of charge sheets alone. Now, Uttar Pradesh and some other states are also emphasizing on improving their forensic lab facilities, realizing that it's in the DNA match requirements crucial to the progress of investigations that they are often falling short. One of the steps taken is also to publicly felicitate investigating officers, public prosecutors and constables pursuing cases of crime against women in local courts and building motivation. Now, the focus of states such as UP seems to be on prompt registration of FIRs to also time-bound investigation and conviction. But clearly, criminals will need a lot more to be stopped. With the revamped IPC and CRPC laws to be put in place soon, a lot of expectations hinge around how the country will shape itself for the women of the future, a just and a safe place, or somewhere that they would continue to struggle like their mothers did. That is what we seek to ask tonight. How are states like Uttar Pradesh able to improve their conviction rate of crimes against women? What is it that they're getting right and others aren't? Can technology make up for human lapses and insensitivity of society against women? And also, in many states, the registration of crime is low, but the fear of the police is high. How can one change that? Those are the questions we're asking tonight. We'll have a panel of esteemed guests joining us. But before that, my colleague Tanishq spoke to the DGP of UP Police. In fact, he's a special DG, Prashant Kumar, on the conviction rate and also the milestone that Uttar Pradesh has achieved recently. And this is what he had to say.
70% conviction in crimes against women. How was this possible?
We have a very ambitious program for women safety, security and empowerment called Mission Shakti. It has been going since 2020. It has been launched in 4 phases. In this, there is one component in which we monitor each and every case against women, and this monitoring is done at the gazetted officer level. And we try to finalize the case on priority, and we prosecute that case, produce the evidence in the court of law, and that's why we are getting conviction. So you must have seen that in 2022 data which has been published by NCRB, our conviction rate is around 70.8%. However, the national average is around 20 point something.
Sir, if we talk about a couple of changes on ground, of course the planning was there and everything was there that led to this number, but what were the few changes implemented on ground that gave this result?
The more some Mahila courts were formed by the government. Then we have ensured 100% registration in all the women-related crime. And there is another innovation which has been implemented at the government level. Earlier there used to be only one station house officer, ladies station house officer. Now it has been increased to 2.
Okay.
So that gives a lot of confidence to the general mass, general public, and they always come out with all their difficulties, they report their difficulties. We have a special cell, a special wing in police department, a woman that deals with the safety and security of women and child. and that has been headed by a ADG level officer.
Okay.
That earlier it used to be called 1090.
Yeah.
10, the number is 1090,
Yeah.
so that is called 1090. So there we have full-fledged system of live monitoring of harassment cases, and anybody calling in distress, we monitor them live. Then we have the counseling system also. So we have a very robust system to deal with crime against women.
So joining us on this discussion, Seema Kushwaha, who's a lawyer who has handled cases such as Nirbhayas, and also Shraddha Walker's former Jharkhand DGP Nirmal Kaur, senior advocate Abha Singh, and social activist Ambar Zaidi. Thank you very much, all of you, for joining us. Starting with you, Seema, you've handled so many important cases and also high-profile cases. So a culture of prompt registration of FIRs, time-bound investigations, and also maximizing convictions seems to be helping, at least when it comes to convictions of crimes against women. But why has the low conviction rate always been a challenge for us?
मैम सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट बात ये है कि कन्विक्शन रेट जो है वो कम होने के पीछे मेन रीजन है उसमें कि जो टाइम ड्यूरेशन है वो कहीं पर डिफाइन नहीं है. इन्वेस्टिगेशन का टाइम ड्यूरेशन है वो 90 डेज अभी तक डिफाइन था सीआरपी में, बट ये मैंडेटरी नहीं था. और उसके लिए जो भी इन्वेस्टिगेशन अथॉरिटी है वो टाइम को एक्सटेंड कोर्ट से करा सकती थी. लेकिन उसके बाद जब हम कोर्ट में इन जनरल केसेस की बात कर रहे हैं, मैं पर्टिकुलर केसेस की बात नहीं कर रही हूँ, मैं हाई प्रोफाइल केसेस की बात नहीं कर रही हूँ, तो इन जनरली मैं बात कर रही हूँ, तो उसमें सबसे बड़ा इश्यू ये आता है कि कोई भी केस टाइम बाउंड फास्ट ट्रैक कोर्ट केस नहीं होता है. कहीं पर भी टाइम प्रिस्क्राइब नहीं है. पोक्सो एक्ट की बात करें वहां पर टाइम प्रिस्क्राइब है, बट अदर जो रेप केसेस है, विमेन के अगेंस्ट जो क्राइम है उसमें नहीं है. डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस केसेस की बात करें 2-3 साल से चार्जशीट फाइल नहीं होती है. तो जब चार्जशीट फाइल नहीं होगी तो फर्दर जो केस कोर्ट में जाएगा तो कोर्ट में भी वो कितने साल चलेगा.
Okay, we'll just get in touch with her again. So, Ms. Kaur, how important do you think the forensic science aspect of this investigation is? Because, UP government has also talked about forensic science laboratories. So, do you think that that is something that's so important for scientific evidence? And do we also need more research units to, sort of promote scientific evidence-based crime investigation?
See, now scientific investigation and these techniques and technology has progressed to an extent that it is very helpful. It's very widespread. It is available almost at grassroots level, and that has also helped in convictions. But the technology is so like DNA technology. It's so earlier it was so expensive matching DNA. Now it is easily available and also much cheaper than before. And ये जो तारीख पे तारीख की बात, my predecessor, the previous speaker spoke of Madam Kushwaha. She spoke of Tariq pe Tariq, the delays and delaying tactics. The thing is, even the Honorable Home Minister on the Shri Amit Shah spoke when the recent criminal law bills were being discussed on the floor of the parliament. He said in the new criminal law, there's no scope for this Tariq pe Tariq system. So our judiciary is well known for pendency of cases and many things like that. And there's the thing is, you try to regulate everything. You're trying to regulate a period of trial. A period of investigation, 90 days or 60 days or whatever it is, 3 months. Charge sheet has to be made, otherwise the court's permission has to be there. But there's no regulation which regulates the period of trial. There has to be some norm, something. Things can't go on forever and forever.
So the time-bound investigation aspect of it is very important. There's also
not
the
only
court aspect to it.
Investigation is there. The trial part is what I'm talking about.
The trial part.
There are some straitjacketing of investigation part, but the trial part, I think our criminal justice system should be tried, first of all. But definitely UP has done it despite all of this. That shows that where there is a will, there is a way. And this Shakti, this scheme, this is like an integrated platform where all the schemes come and converge. They have two parts, Sambal and Samarthya. Sambal is for schemes which relate to the security of women, Nirbhaya scheme, many other schemes. And then there's the Samarthya scheme like Nari Vandan scheme, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. And there are two parts. So this is rolled out everywhere in many states much before UP. UP it was rolled out in the end of 2020, but they've done really well.
Right.
So that means if there is a will, there is a way to get out of the system.
So you're talking about the
How
trial
good a
aspect.
scheme
Let me
is,
get
it's the
Abha Singh in
implementation
this.
that matters.
Ms. Singh, you know, we've talked about this earlier too, I remember. So when cases reach courts, especially at trial court level, that's the first step. You know, sometimes the cases can take up to 4 to 5 years, and then when there's an appeal, it could take another few years, you know. So despite fast track courts, which are looking at some grievous crimes against women, the fact is some of them remain as slow as ever. So can you tell us what are the legal challenges that can be addressed, and with these new laws coming in place, how do you think it can be better, and you know, how has UP sort of addressed this particular problem?
You know, I was hearing to the Director General of Police Law and Order, Mr. Prashant Bhushan, and I would really like to compliment and congratulate his team that if you are increasing the conviction rate to almost 70%, it's commendable, because the biggest reason why crime takes place is the poor conviction rate. Till now, the conviction in rape cases was barely 29%, so most of the rapists went scot-free. I think that is why crime is being able to be controlled in UP. But when your topic came up and I started researching, I found that what UP has done, which other states have not done, is that there is a e-prosecution portal. On that, they have uploaded all the cases. Like UP has uploaded more than 1 crore cases, whereas MP and Bihar have done barely 29 lakhs and 11 lakhs respectively. So once they have uploaded all these cases, so now they have made a connect between the prosecution and the investigation. In fact, they've gone to the step of saying that when the case is there for trial, which I as a lawyer have also seen that why there is Tariq pe Tariq, because sometimes the witnesses don't turn up, sometimes the advocates come unprepared, but under the UP initiation of this e-prosecution portal, they inform the witnesses. So when the hearing is there, the witness is present, so the deposition takes place. Otherwise, in so many cases, the cases are delayed because witnesses don't come for years. Now what the UP has done even one step forward is that they inform the advocates, they give them the relevant case diaries, and also even the government pleaders come prepared.
Right.
So that is why conviction has increased, because otherwise the government pleaders are not prepared, they don't have the case laws, they are unable to convince the judiciary that yes, the case has merit, the criminal needs to be punished. So I think the concentrated effort of the police investigation,
right,
the effect of the prosecution. So I think the people on the prosecution side, the prosecution department of UP
right,
also needs to be complimented. And I think it's a landmark thing which needs to be applauded.
Right.
And NDTV
let me just get Seema Kushwaha on this. Seema, you know, like Abha Singh is also saying, and like Ms. Scott pointed out, so in courts, victims also often change their statements. We've seen that often. You've also seen that. And many cases get settled out of court. And mostly, you know, we don't know if the will of the victim is in there. So a delay in these cases also is seen as the reason for conviction rates to be so low. How does one change that? And, you know, tell me who pays for the trial? How do legal trials proceed, because they take a toll on families, witnesses? So how does one navigate these aspects?
सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग ये है मैम कि अगर कोई ट्रायल में टाइम बाउंड कर भी दिया जाता है ट्रायल को, बट अगर किसी एक विटनेस को समन इशू हुआ और उसका हेल्थ इशू है, कभी वो विटनेस आउट ऑफ अगर किसी सिटी का है तो वो नहीं प्रेजेंट हो पा रहा है, कभी जज लीव पर है, या कभी डिफेंस लॉयर नहीं है, या फिर कोई प्रोसिक्यूशन साइड से प्रेजेंट नहीं है, तो इन सारे सिचुएशन में डेट पर डेट मैम वही प्रोसीडिंग होते रहते हैं. दूसरा इंपॉर्टेंट चीज ये है मैम कि हमारी पॉपुलेशन डे बाय डे इंक्रीज हो रही है, नंबर ऑफ केसेस भी बढ़ रहे हैं, नंबर ऑफ केसेस भी रजिस्टर्ड हो रहे हैं ज्यादा, बट हमने कोर्ट्स को इंक्रीज नहीं किया है. कोर्ट्स अभी भी हमारे उतने ही हैं. पुलिस जो है, अभी भी पुलिस को हमने उतना टेक्निकल नहीं बनाया है कि वो टाइम पर इन्वेस्टिगेशन करे, या हमने कोर्ट्स को भी अभी उतना टेक्निकल नहीं बनाया है, क्योंकि जब भी एविडेंसेस होते हैं, क्योंकि जब मैटर ट्रायल पर आता है तो जब कमिट होता है, कमिट होने के बाद चार्ज फ्रेम होता है, उसके बाद जो सबसे लंबा प्रोसीडिंग चलने वाली होती है मैम, वो होती है ट्रायल की, जिसमें एविडेंस और क्रॉस, ये दोनों चीजें चलती है, चीप एंड क्रॉस.
राइट.
अब चीप एंड क्रॉस के प्रोसेस जो है, इसमें अगर किसी केस में सपोज दैट मैं श्रद्धा विकास बालकर केस की बात कर रही हूँ मैम, 182 विटनेसेस है इसमें। अब इसमें करीब कई बार ऐसा हुआ कि श्रद्धा के जो फादर हैं कंप्लेनेंट, वो मुंबई से दिल्ली आ रहे हैं और डिफेंस लॉयर वहां मौजूद नहीं है क्रॉस करने के लिए। ये कई एक बार हुआ। अब इसमें जब डिफेंस लॉयर को बाउंड भी अगर करना है तो कोर्ट कहेगी कि मैं आपको लास्ट अपॉर्चुनिटी दे रही हूं, इसके बाद आपको क्रॉस करने का मौका नहीं दिया जाएगा। तो वो वैलिड रीजन दिखा करके हेल्थ इश्यू था या मैं किसी सुपीरियर कोर्ट में प्रेजेंट था इसलिए नहीं आ पाया, और अगर मुझे ये अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं दी गई तो फिर इस ग्राउंड पर छागला केस जो हुआ मैम, जिसमें उस डिफेंस लॉयर का ये
Miss Zaidi, let me just ask Miss Zaidi this question. You know, like she's pointing out, you know, you think there's a crucial step in creating an environment where victims support, you know, feel supported, and for that, police needs to be trained and made sensitive. And in that regard, do you think more police women who are female, women police personnel would help? What do you think, Miss Zaidi?
Absolutely, Vasudha. As a female activist and working for the women and welfare, and this has been a very crucial point, and we've always been said this, that you know, how this issue has been raised, and how like women are not being their issues not being addressed, and or their FIR not being registered in police stations. And now this Uttar Pradesh government, they ensure that 100% registration of FIR is being done under the women police personnel 24/7 hours, and they have created a special help desk for women monitored by women police personnel. I think it's a very important aspect, because when a victim goes to a police station to register an FIR, the initial problem or issue they face is that the lack of sensitization towards women, and the lack of understanding of women issues. They just blame victim.
Thank you, Zaidi. We are running short of time. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining us.